No, it's too obvious. If it was there, I would have found it already. Never bothers to look. I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Ralger's Reach. We should be the ones to tell the least about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. Why is she at Ralger's Reach again? She should be here. Believe it the me that believes it the you that believes it me. Or whatever. A fortune in salt. Salt! Get your salt! Go my quality fresh from the saltery. Yeah now, aren't you Archon Shade, the hero of the revolution? So you played a big part in reviving the saltery's operations. It's an honor, sir. A true honor. Good timing, too. I'm soon to head back across the port and do my part in reminding Eorzea's market what proper salt tastes like. I was in an old job before, you see. One of those refugee tent camps. Never thought I'd set foot in Alamigo again, let alone be handed a job when I got there. It's all thanks to you. Come to think of it, Whisker was wondering if I'd spot you here in Ralger's Reach. If I saw you, said it was to ask you to visit the Salter whenever you have the time. Sure he's eager to show you how far they've come with the rebuilding. Yeah, obviously, I'll go visit that. You're up there. I think I still need... Yeah, I still have a 270 ring, so I still need that. DOW2, accessory. Can I buy a second ring? Okay, yeah. At this tier they let you double equip. That's good. Hey. There's that. We are full endgame of this expansion build, I think. Or... Yep. That's 560 because I'm level 80, so it's wearing the 80 gear, basically. Oh, I get glared at all the time for losing things and then where they get found. Hey, Archon, Elize, you're back! No Alfino? It's good to see you, Lise. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. No comment. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But that's... If this is a joke... God, this better be a joke. Look, I know what I saw, right? We all saw it. Mihari Singh is alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald. I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. While I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Archons. You saw the Crown Prince through the Echo, in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. It's him. Xenos. No. It must have been... I don't know. Some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. And someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? That Those gilded halls, whatever are you talking about? He wanted to say balls. Thankard, what brings you to the Reach? Alphino had me lending a hand to the Saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running. And now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business? As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave. But if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. When there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried up at the Bloodhow in the locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked so as not to upset the locals. And it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nago, you're in charge until I get back. Yep, that sounds about right. That sucks. It sounds about right. Oh wait, do I still have... I do. Okay, let's fly out there. You're all set for a race then. This is it. Gods, he'd better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but I had it scrubbed off and thought no more about it. So, no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied? Well then, we are presented with one course of action. We had best be sure we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin?
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
That's bad.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
We'd better hope we're not seen. Oh no, we were seen. If there's no corpse, then are we to conclude the rumors are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have soon sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphino's theory of Ashen possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you I have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Ashen is walking around in Xenos' body? Seems a distinct possibility. Once I put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaving any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He was as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Robot needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Alger's Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. Matters settling down in Doma, we were due for another crisis. Shall we make for the Rising Stones then? It's past time we shared these developments with the others. Just make sure you summon the right thing through the circle. They don't need any accidental demons. Oh, I have been forcibly taken to the Rising Stones. Okay. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Orianger over Linkpool and gave him a full report. Ishtal is on our way, and should be here any... Ah! Alize? Archon? It is good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, too had concluded that an Ashen now inhabits Xenos' body. Doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Archon? Nay, Alphinaud had the right of it. Well did his wisdom extend to the question of his own safety. Capable though he has become, he ventures alone to the enemy's stronghold. The shadowy web of the Paragon's life is not, like as not. Comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but... worried. Just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Pray hard? I don't know. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead, and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan. Every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme. There is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. That's a choice of words. What are you doing fiddling with that thing? Asked you a question, soldier. Well, logically, don't all the Final Fantasy worlds exist within the Kingdom Hearts universe? What are you? Have you lost your mind? Ah! I've lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find the finale was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins? Grace, goodness, and mediocrity? No, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. What? It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alfino. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. Should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East, and your encounter with this new primal especially. Woo! Wait, someone else cut your hair, right? You didn't just, like, take a buzz? Because I've seriously thought about doing that the last couple of days with how hot it'll be. Ooh. Turquoise. I think I might get yelled at if I made my hair turquoise. I'll put the kettle on then. That table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Recommend set aside a bunch of time. We're done with those. Interesting. So this Tsukuyomi was summoned in which the same matter as Susanoo, via the medium of a sacred relic? That's right. They believe their gods are comedy, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalogue of such relics. But if we are to contain the threat, it will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. Fine idea. And I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help to prevent further summoning in the future in the region. I'll pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome our resident expert in aetherology. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? Certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us how your investigations went. That makes sense. Oops, I accidentally shaved my hair and then I just let it grow at random. Will you fix it? I might accidentally just shave my head again. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhose gatekeepers. They all told much the same story. Once Lisa and her officers had confirmed Xenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. Seems little reason to doubt their testimony in that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Xenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act to have been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamegan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scroll was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, it's likely the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we're left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed imposter, or an Ashen has taken up residence within it. Saw he was as fervent a devotee as you believe. He would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We must assume that we are dealing with an Ashen and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphino and Garlemald? Presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Alphino making dumb decisions? That's unheard of. He's absolutely brilliant and everything he does is flawless. Meanwhile, on the Imperial Hypersonic Assault Craft 75. Master Alphino, we're making good speed towards our destination. Is aught amiss? Nay, just... I can see naught from my cabin. Was curious to know the land over which we flew. Ah, I'm afraid I'm military crafter, built with little thought for such niceties. I'm happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We're presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Othard. Even with the benefit of porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but malms upon malms of lifeless earth. I've read something of the burn. It's described as a desolate wasteland, let to dry of every last drop of aether. It is believed that a succession of icon summonings was responsible. Emperor Solus first came to Othard and beheld this blight. He is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. Cleared icons a threat to our very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree offering the eradication of all such entities. Report? We're under attack, sir. Magic armor. No visible designation. Magitech? But who? All cannons, return fire. Damage report. Main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it. They knew exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact. Glad to have you back, Master Alphino. We've landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged and the ship is filling up with smoke. We must gather survivors and get out while we still can. Aye aye. That seems bad.